Do you know that a need of a relationship is a level of attraction? Don't get with a whale and get in it and want to turn them into a catfish. Forget it. If you married a fat boy, you married a fat boy. You married a fat girl, you married a fat girl. It is what it is. Because what we try and do is, a lot of times, especially with people who have controlling issues, we get with someone when we see them in their weakness and we capitalize on their vulnerability. And then we get with them and we try and manipulate them into what it was that we wanted. And I'm telling you, it's not gonna work. If you get with a woman or a man who is hoish, who's a player, has player tendencies, do you know that they have taken their soul and torn little pieces off of it and given it to all their different partners? And by the time you get to them, all you got left is a little crumb. And you asking them for something that they can't give you. And if you ask them what they want, they'll say, I don't know. Why? Because I'm floating everywhere. I'm divided into itty bitty pieces. And I don't know where to start. When you get with somebody like that, only thing that's going to help you is insight, prayer, and knowledge. And anything you know about a player is they're going to give you a look. But when you go to getting off down in the fat, ain't nothing there. Okay, let me give you these points and I'm going to get out your way. Things that keep us from evolving with each other, or things that keep our marriage relationship or our family dynamic from evolving. Number one, unrealistic expectations. I put in parentheses, you my all in all. If you are depending on one person to meet every one of your relationship needs and desires, you set yourself up for failure. If you want them to be your friend, your lover, your father, your mother, your God voice, your prophet, your evangelist, your teacher, your pastor, your boss, you looking for them to fulfill all these different roles, that is unrealistic. And it's an expectation that comes out of a place of low self-esteem, low self-value, because you have a hard time developing relationships outside of one person. The next one, kind of self-explanatory, lack or void of parenting. The apostle told me that narcissism is a spirit, but also there is a taught narcissism. As he gave the illustration about Maldonado on Sunday, some of our parents teach us to take care of ourselves. So when you get married, you stick out like a sore thumb, because everything else about that marriage, everything else that attached to you, it gets neglected. But you sitting fat and pretty. You ever seen a man who look real good, but his wife is busted? That's the worst look to me in the world. Part of being a man is making sure that she has your glory on her. And so you should go without before your wife does. You should go without before your kids do. To me, I can look at a man's family and his wife and talk to him and see what's in him. I ain't got to have one conversation with him. And so some of us have been taught to take care of ourselves. You know, some of y'all in your sexuality, y'all are introverted, which what that means is that you are out to get your rocks off, but not concerned about the other individual's needs or desires. A bad perception leads to what?
Deception.
Deception leads to what?
Right.
Okay, a lot of us in our marriages, because we did not have daddy, because we did not have mommy at home, and we were not taught the natural affections, we were not taught life skills. When you get into your marriage and you begin to interact with that other party, what you end up finding out is that you have a decision to either believe the truth or believe the lie. Because now the recipient of your character is telling you where you're off at. And so where you used to be junky, now they saying, this is not clean. Get this together. A bad perception is going to say, but this is how I've always done it. And so now you're made to make a decision. Okay, you're going to believe the lie because they done told you 4 times you refuse to change. Now you're deceived. And then what fortifies the deception is they just trying to pick on me. They're just trying to attack me. They don't really love me. This happens in every single one of our relationships in this room. Every single one. Nobody's exempt. I don't care if you got a boyfriend, a girlfriend. I don't care if you got kids. Your kids can have a bad perception. Then you, the next one. Pastor John spoke on this. Inability to empathize or pity a person. We was at dinner the other night. We hit the thing right down the middle. Didn't we, Pastor John? When someone is hurting, you should be able to feel them. Now, some of this stuff is going to come by revelation. So I ain't going to be mad at you if you don't get it. It's got to come by revelation. Some of this stuff is common sense, though. When someone is hurting, you should be able to feel their hurts. If you can't sense it when they verbalize it, you ought to be able to get in the middle of that and feel what they're saying. Some of us are not able to empathize. You know what's a real good prayer? Ask me what's a real good prayer. God, give me more empathy. God, give me more pity. When somebody's hurting, when somebody's wounded, if I caused it, or somebody else caused it, or something else caused it, God, let me feel. Come on, say, God, let me feel.
God, let me feel.